Welcome back to my kitchen, Gigi's Kitchen, where we get to learn all about cooking tips, prepping, dining, everything you want to know. And this week we're going to cook a skillet dinner. We heat it up, we put all our veggies in the bottom and a big piece of chicken over the top. Then we cover it with a little foil. I use the grill because I can get my grill really hot. Put it on the grill when it's about 425 out there, and let it sit for about 30-40 minutes until everything is done. It's all in one pan and it's all one meal. So let's get started. Let's cook. So here's our ingredients that we're going to put in the bottom of our skillet. I've got a bag full of little red and golden potatoes. I've got a chopped white onion in big chunks. I've got some carrot sticks, quartered. I've got some green beans, a whole head of garlic, and they've all been peeled, ready to go. You can buy them already ready to go in the bag if you want, or you can peel your garlics yourself. We've got lemons, so I've got my corn, and then I had some radishes, so I thought I'll just throw those in too. So once we get all this in the bowl, we're going to douse it really good with some olive oil. We're going to add some salt, some fresh ground pepper. We're also going to add a little bit of seasoning, and this is a seasoning blend with some chili flakes in it, just a basic seasoning blend. So here's our big mixing bowl, big mixing spoon. Doesn't matter the order, we're just going to put it all in there. There we go. And I'm going to save my green beans for last. I said it didn't matter. Here's my thyme. I'm going to just tear it up, put it in there. I'm going to tear off some of this rosemary, throw it in there. I want to save some for the top of the chicken though, so I'm going to save a little bit back and save a little bit of thyme back for the top of the chicken too. So here we go. Here's my onions, carrots, garlics, radishes, some of these lemons, and I'm going to save some for the top of the chicken too. Here's my little corns. They go in. Got it all in there. Saving the green beans for later. So then the first thing's going to go on is my olive oil. Got to have some olive oil on there to have something for the salt and seasoning salts to all stick to. So I'm going to give it a good drizzle all over so it's good and coated. Give it a good stir so it coats everything. And if I need more, I can add more. You can see it's really nicely coated. Everything's glazed really well. Now I'm going to come in with some seasoning salt. Well, this is seasoning blend. I'm sorry, I keep saying that, but it's not salty. There's no salt in this seasoning blend. I'll save some for the chicken. My pepper goes in. Now the salt goes in. Of course, the kosher salt. Sprinkle a good, that's probably a good teaspoon on there, all the way around. And we're going to mix all that up. And then it will all be put into the skillet once I get the skillet good and hot. So this is ready to go. And it looks really good. That we're fixing to take apart and flatten out. We're not going to take the bones out of it. That's a whole nother video. You'll have to come back for that one. But this one is just where we're going to take the back so it'll lay flat and it'll cook faster because we want to roast this chicken. And you have to have skin on a chicken that you're going to roast. That's the browning part. Also, it has to be very dry, and I mean really dry, or else it's just going to steam itself. So we always make sure that we dry it really good. After I cut it, I'm going to dry it some more. Okay, so here we go, our whole chicken. This is the breast part, right? The back is what we're going to take out. So here is our back, and all chickens are open on both ends. So then you're going to snip through here and snip through here. And I try to get in here and get my joints out. So here's my scissors. There we go. Find my joint for my thigh. And then I'm just going to keep going right past it. And I even have big snippers over there if I need them. But I think we're doing really good with these little ones. And you just go all the way through to the other end. You're going to cut the rib bones, everything out, till you get to the other end. Just like that. So that's real simple, see? Now I'm going to cut that and keep going so it's totally separated. Now we're going to do the same thing to the other side. And one thing that's really important here is we've got all this nice little chicken fat. We're going to keep it too, because we're going to stuff it back in there in a minute. Trim that off. And we save the bags, put them in a Ziploc baggie, stick them in the freezer, because we're going to make stock out of this on another day. Just keep going till you cut it all out. So there we go. There's our chicken back. It's out, it's done, it's going to the freezer. Okay, so see how wet this is? We have got to dry this off. So lots of paper towels. And pat him dry all over. And under his wing, we're going to fold the wings back underneath, like that. Same with this one. Fold the wings back. And then we'll flip him over and dry him from the other side. See? Now he's laying flat. There we go. We're going to pat him all dry. Another thing you can do is once you get him all dried and seasoned and like you want, you can put him in the refrigerator, you know, for a little while, maybe 20-30 minutes, and that'll help even make him more dry. So the more dry he is, the crispier he will be. Okay? And that's what a roasted chicken is all about, crispiness. So my grill is going to be about 425 degrees, 450 when he goes in there in that iron skillet, and he's going to blast in a furnace. So then the next thing I want to do is I'm going to make me some pockets in here. So you just raise the skin up and you just stick your finger in there, wiggle it around. And see, there's some little fat in there, but we're going to poke that other chicken fat in there too. So we'll put our finger in there, wiggle it all around so we have the little pockets. And this is where our herbs are going. And here's our chicken fat that we took off. And it's just going to render down and keep everything nice and moist. Now you can put butter in here. You can put olive oil in here. You can put whatever you want. A lot of people coat them with butter. So once I get going over here. Okay, so here's my lemons. I'm going to put a couple on each side. Push it down in there. All our aromatics go in. Got some rosemary here. Put a little bit on each side. There we go. A little bit over here. A little bit over there. Spread the love around. There we go. I got some thyme here. We're going to put a little thyme in there. Stuff that down in there. Doesn't have to be perfect. And then, now that he's all done, he's all nice and dry. Now we can sprinkle him with our seasoning. Somebody's at the door. Scarlett's going to answer it for us. And here's my seasoning. It is just a herb blend with a few chili flakes in it. We're going to sprinkle that all over. Rub it around. You can put it on the bottom if you want. I don't usually do it. Here we go. And now our chicken is ready for the skillet and on to the grill. So we have our iron skillet, and I've preheated it on the stove just to save me time on the grill, so don't waste time out there. We want the edges very, very warm, hot. So when I put it in here, it's gonna sizzle. And then from there, it's going to the grill and to continue cooking out there. This chicken, now that we've flattened it out, put it in a hot skillet, it probably only take 30 to 40 minutes at the most to cook. All right, here we go. Here's our chicken, and it's going in. Burn her off. I can throw those in there. Get our mix, and we're headed. We got our iron skillet on here. Our chicken is roasting away. The grill is set. Its temperature is 450. So this is just going to blast really good. Now you can do this in the oven, but I promise you it will be messy. And you'll have a nice greasy oven when you're done. You do it out here on the grill, if you have one, that's great. Then you don't have all that mess. So that's what's really nice about it. Lid's going down. We'll check it back in about 15 or 20 minutes. All right, we've been cooking our chicken now for about 40 minutes altogether, and look how nice and crispy he looks. I'm going to take him in. He's registering about 160 on the thermometer. And we're going to just set him on the counter and let him rest. Then we'll add all our veggies, and he's ready to go. And this is a really quick way to roast the chicken. it up with our roasted lemon chicken skillet dinner. So here we go, say that. And it's fresh off the grill. As you can see, we've got a nice crispy chicken. All our veggies are in the bottom and they're good and crispy too. And everybody loves it. They just get a bowl, fill it up and go. All together with my prep time and grill time was probably 1 hour and 10 minutes. But we'll enjoy it and have a nice time eating in front of the TV tonight.